King Krishnadev Rai loved to eat good food. He was very fond of brinjals and he had the gardener plant some wonderful brinjals in the royal garden. The king did not permit anyone but the royal gardener to go near the brinjals. There were guards all around the brinjal garden so that no one could steal them. One day, when the king was having his meal, he gave some cooked brinjal to Tenali to eat. Tenali found the dish very delicious. He went home and told his wife how tasty the brinjals had been. The way Tenali described the taste of the king's brinjals, his wife's mouth began to water. She insisted that he should bring some brinjals for her too. Hearing this, Tenali said,
"The king guards these brinjals as he guards his crown. How can I get them for you?"
Tenali's wife became angry. She insisted,
"I don't know. I want those brinjals and you have to get them."
Unable to convince his wife, Tenali Raman then went in the middle of the night and scaled the walls of the king's vegetable garden. He made sure that guards did not see him. He quickly plucked some ripe brinjals and tied them in a piece of cloth. He then took them home to his wife. His wife prepared a tasty dish with the brinjals and served the dish for dinner. His wife loved the brinjals and relished every bite of it. Suddenly his wife said,
"Oh, our son has not eaten his dinner. He too loves brinjals. He should also eat these delicious brinjals. He's sleeping on the terrace. Please go and call him."
Tenali Raman said,
"He is a child. He might go and tell others that the brinjals were from king's garden. Let him sleep. He should not know that we have eaten brinjals for dinner."
But his wife would not listen. Unable to convince his wife, Tenali Raman went upstairs. He took the bucket full of water and sprinkled some water all around the bed on the floor. He then poured the water on his son, who woke up. He said,
"Come on, son, it's raining. Let's go downstairs."
The sleepy boy got up and started walking downstairs. As he was walking, Tenali Raman poured some more water on his son's head and said,
"Hurry up, son. It's raining really hard."
They reached down and the boy was fed brinjals, which he really enjoyed. Soon after the meal, they all went to sleep. Next morning, the gardener found out that some brinjals had been stolen from the garden. The gardener rushed to the Prime Minister and told him about the stolen brinjals. The Prime Minister thought that it could only be Tenali Raman. He went and told the king. The king said, "That cannot be true. But if you ask Tenali, then he will use his wit to save himself. Go and ask his son instead to find out the truth." So Tenali Raman's son was brought to the court. The king very softly asked, "What did you have for dinner last night?" The boy said,
"Oh, we had brinjals, my lord, and they tasted very good."
The king was convinced that Tenali had stolen the brinjals. He turned to Tenali and said, "You have stolen the brinjals from my garden?" Tenali said,
"My lord, the boy is always daydreaming. Please ask him about the weather yesterday."
The king asked Tenali's son, "What was the weather like yesterday?" The son said it rained a lot at night. The king looked at the prime minister, who said, "No, child, it did not rain." But the child insisted. Tenali Raman then said,
Yesterday it did not rain, you all know. My son must have dreamed that it was raining and he was eating brinjals.
The king was convinced that Tenali was speaking the truth and that his son was actually daydreaming. The king felt sorry that he had accused Tenali of stealing the brinjals. The king and the prime minister apologized to Tenali Raman, and the king gave wonderful gifts to his son.